Hello everyone, this is Group 1 from week 13. I am Lianglizhen and my team member is Zhouxiaoyang. Today we are going to introduce our studies, a case studies of Chinese English language studies students post-switching at University, Malaya. Now I will go for the introductions. So in daily life, as long as people speak, it is inevitable to choose a language code. In multilingual and multicultural countries, it is extensively used. Multilingual speakers in Asian countries typically speak English as a second language and their mother tongue as their first language, which greatly promote the use of code switching, especially for overseas students. Due to the unique natures of the environment, overseas students will unconsciously undergo code switching in both classrooms and their daily lives with other people. And now, code switching has been a popular research topic in the area of linguistics. However, most of them mainly focus on code switching in foreign language teaching. Seldom of them pay attention to the use of code switching outside the classroom, and there is relevant little research on code switching motivations of Chinese international students in Malaysia in daily conversation. Therefore, these studies could contribute to the understanding of code switching patterns and motivation, shed light on bilingual usage of English and Chinese by Chinese ESL students in Malaysia, and how to improve their cross-cultural communication skills. Therefore, our research objective is to identify the phenomenon of code switching among Chinese ELS students at University Malaya, explore the motivations behind the code switching, and assess the attitude of Chinese ELS students toward code switching. Here are our research questions. How is the phenomenon of code switching among Chinese ELS students at University Malaya? What are the motivations behind the code switching? What are the attitudes of Chinese ELS students toward code switching? Now let's move on to literature review. The first one is the development of code switching. Scholars from all across the world have investigated the phenomenon of code switching, and their opinion varies in their interpretations. Gamper in 1982 stated that it is the juxtaposition of speech passages from two distinct grammar systems or subsystems within the same speech exchange. Another widely used definition is Marosgan's insight. He believed that when two languages are employed in the same sentence, code switching happens. In 2000, codes also included the interlocutors in the use of code switching. Moreover, there are different types of code switching, including Meyer-Scotton's intersententials or intersententials, and Hoffman's, which are emblematic code switching, intersententials code switching, and establishing continuity with previous speakers. Later on, the term code mixing also emerged by highlighting hybridization, which is different from code switching. About the past studies, the attitude research on code switching has always been of great concern. Students' attitude toward code switching may be both favorable and undesirable when it is utilized. Based on classroom setting, researchers in 2014, including Roth and Lin, showed that students from English department object to code switching. Some students believe that code switching is not an effective way to learn English, while other researchers such as Tsukamoto and Alinis show that students prefer code switching. Meanwhile, despite students' genders, ages, majors, and degrees, students will still maintain a positive attitude. And about the theoretical framework, code switching motivation model for English majors was proposed by Xuebing and Xiangming You. In 1999, Rushworth believes that language has three basic characteristics. The use of language is a process of adaptation in which the speaker makes language choices based on internal and external factors. Based on Western's adaptation theories, Yu Guodong further proposed an adaptation model for code switching analysis, suggesting that speakers should adapt to language realities, social norms, and psychological motivations in the process of switching different codes. In Xuebing's and Xiangming You's studies, they combined the theories and divided three categories of adaptation theories into several subcategories. Since it is very clear and can accurately describe code switching outside the classroom, this theory was applied.
For the methodology, let's talk about the participants first. Our participants are 88 Chinese students majoring in English language studies from the 2023 spring intake at the University Malaya, and we randomly selected 4 interviewees from them to do further interviews. For instrument and materials, the data for the study was obtained from the ELS 23 WeChat group. We used the Python, WeChat, Explorer, Excel to collect the data and analyze. We also conducted interviews via WeChat. The interview questions are adapted from Zhou's questionnaire, which have high reliability and validity. And we use the Xue and Shang's code switching motivation model for English majors as our theoretical framework, referring to Table 2. About data collection, we used these tools to collect data. The data consisted of 4,764 chats from 5th March to 5th December 2023. Eventually, 608 chats containing code switching were filtered. Then we did interviews from 3rd January to 6th January 2024 and collected the transcripts via WeChat. Considering ethical issues, we provided informed consent forms to every participant. Next part is data analysis. We firstly explore the frequency of the code switching in WeChat group, and the results show like that. And then we analyze some examples of the code switching under the theoretical framework. About adaptation to language realities, the first is motivation to language difference. Language difference refers to the difficulty in finding an exact equivalent expression in one language for another. In example 1, pre is an abbreviation of presentation because it is difficult to find the exact expression in Chinese. The speakers adopted code switching to fill in the meaning gaps. Next is fixed pattern of expression. Here, thank you is a fixed expression and NSK is a proper noun. For adaptation to social conventions, the first is about topic impact. When conversation involves sensitive or negative content, people can use code switching to avoid embarrassment or unpleasantness, just like this example. And for adaptation to psychological motivations, about to liven up the atmosphere. In daily communication, code switching can be used to enliven the atmosphere and create a lively, relaxed, and pleasant environment. Here is an example. Next is to show affinity. In example 6, as the housing agent is a Malaysian, he is more adapted at communication in English. Student A chose code switching in order to get closer to him or to show politeness. And about in search of convenience, in example 7, the speaker uses the code switching and word bug to express the machine has a technical fault, 有技术故障, making the language very conscious and smooth. The final one is to facilitate the expression. Here are two situations. First, when students feel uncomfortable, code switching can reduce the impact of the expression, like example 8. And second, when students want to emphasize or draw attention to themselves, code switching can be used to enhance the effects of the expression, just as example 9. Through interviews, we found that most interviewees consider code switching as a neutral and natural language phenomenon, often used due to the precision of professional terms or the lack of Chinese equivalent. They believe code switching aids in enhancing communication efficiency, particularly in bilingual interactions. Interviewees have diverse views on the frequency and context of every code switching, and some viewing it as a communication tool and others as a means of expression personality. Their reactions to other code switching also differ, such as having negative opinions on less natural instance of code switching. And next part is implication and a recommendation. For social linguistics, this study provides new perspective for exploring the relevance of code switching in different cultural and social contexts, such as multilingual and cross-cultural communication perspectives. At the same time, the study provides empirical evidence for Shi and Xiang's theoretical framework and proves its feasibility for educational practice. The study helps ELS students to understand learners' code switching in language learning and provides a good foundation for them to become English teacher in the future. And we recommend the future studies to focus on impact on language learning and to investigate how code switching affects language acquisition and teaching strategies. And they can also do the longitudinal studies and explore the change of code switching over time.
Now let's talk about the strength and limitation of this study. The first limitation is the limited sample size. The studies only investigated 88 students in the 2023 spring intake, and only 4 students were interviewed during the interview sessions. Therefore, the research finding may not be applicable to the larger population. The second limitation is the lack of more accurate data processing methods. In data analysis, this study processed the data using Excel instead of establishing corpus or applying statistical software. In situations where there is a large amount of data, it will affect the validity and reliability of the studies. The first one is the personal bias. The student may contain researchers' personal bias, which may have an impact on data interpretation. However, these studies may have its own strengths. The first one is the clear research framework. This study applies the code switching motivation model for English majors as theoretical frameworks. It provides the studies a distinct direction and makes it easier to analyze data in a meaningful way. And the second one is the contribution to current knowledge. This study may add contributions to the existing research of code switching by examining overseas students' attitude and motivation towards its emulation, which will fill in relevant research gap. And here is our references. Thank you for your listening.